Hello there everyone, this is Farhan from the Designer's Law. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Today I will show you 32 tricks and tips in Adobe Photoshop. This includes keyboard shortcuts, tricks, tips, hacks and many more. So without any further ado, let's jump to the magical world of Photoshop. We can open a huge PSD file as preview to save loading time. Go to File, Open and select the PSD file you want to open. Hold Alt option and Shift and click to open. Now it will ask read composite data instead. Hit OK and Photoshop will merge all layers and show you a preview of the PSD file instantly. When you double click a layer to rename it, and at this time if you press Tab, you can go directly to the next layer and rename it. When you zoomed in and if you press the spacebar, you can move the canvas freely. This will not work when you zoomed out, but if you go to Edit, Preferences, Tools and check the overscroll, you can move the canvas freely even if you are zoomed out. You can find many cool texture in Styles. Go to Windows, Styles and here you can find many default textures. If you hold Ctrl or Command, it will momentarily turn off auto snapping. When the brush tool is selected, you can change the opacity or flow with the number keys. For example, pressing the number key 2 will set the opacity to 20%. If you press 2 twice quickly, it will set the opacity to 22%. To change the flow, you need to press Shift and the number keys. This works for layer opacity and fill when the Move tool is selected. Number keys for the layer opacity, Shift and number keys for fill. We can select layers with Alt option and square bracket keys. If we hold Ctrl or Command and press the square bracket keys, we can move the layer up or down. When you are zoomed in and press H and left click, you will get a bird's eye view. Release the mouse to zoom in again. If you have a larger image than your canvas and you press Ctrl or Command and T for free transform, you cannot see the whole image. Now if you press Ctrl or Command and O, then you will get a bird's eye view. Once you are done correcting the position, again press Ctrl or Command and 0 to fit it with the screen. While using the brush tool, if you hold tilde, you can erase with the same brush size and opacity. If you hold Ctrl or Command, Shift and Y, Photoshop will show you the gamut warning. It means when you print it, these gray areas will not print it properly. We can find gamut warning in View, Gamut Warning. When you are in Camera Raw, if you press O, then you can see the clipping areas. These red areas are losing details. If you have multiple windows opened, you can switch between one window to another by pressing Ctrl or Command and tilde. Also, you can press Ctrl or Command and Tab to go forward and Ctrl or Command, Shift and Tab to go backward. When the brush tool is selected, press Alt option, Shift and right click to open the color picker quickly. You can create a new layer below the selected layer by holding Ctrl or Command and clicking the new layer icon. Sometimes you may want to save just one layer or some selected layers. We can do that by pressing Ctrl or Command, Shift and apostrophe. You can also change the file format of this quick export. Go to Edit, Preferences, Export. Here you can find different file formats. Select the one which you want to set as quick export. By the way, this technique works for groups as well. When you have a dialog box or window opened, if you hold Alt option, the cancel button will turn into reset, and this works almost everywhere. You can load the previous selection by pressing Ctrl or Command, Shift and D. If you hold Alt or Option and left click, it will only show you the active pixels of that selected layer. When the brush tool is selected, you can rotate the brush with the left and right arrow keys. You can change this 3-dot icon into a banana. Right click and select Edit Toolbar. Now hold Shift and click Done. Now you have the banana icon. This is just a banana. It doesn't have any special powers. When you change the blend mode, you will see the blend mode drop-down menu is selected. Now if you want to zoom in or you want to change the tools, nothing will work because the blend tool is selected. You will hear this sound. This gets so annoying sometimes. In this case, just press the escape key to deselect the blend modes. Now you can zoom in or use any other keyboard shortcuts. Suppose you drag a vertical ruler and then you realize you need a horizontal ruler. If you hold Alt or Option, the vertical ruler will turn into a horizontal one and vice versa. We know if we hold Shift and click, we can draw straight lines. But if we go to Brush Settings and increase the spacing, we can draw dotted straight lines. And of course this works other than straight lines. If you double click outside the main canvas, you can open new files quickly. When you press Ctrl or Command and T for free transform, and sometimes you don't see the reference point, just check this box and you will see it. Sometimes we use Blend If to select the subject. But now if we press Ctrl or Command and click the layer, it selects the whole layer, not just the subject. In this case, just convert it to a smart object, and now if we press Ctrl or Command and click, only the subject will be selected. If you press Ctrl, Alt and 2, you can select the bright areas. We can select the darker areas by inverting the selection. Press Ctrl or Command, Shift and I to invert the selection. You can change the UI colors of your Photoshop by changing the required file from your Photoshop installation folder. We have a separate tutorial for this. You can check that video for more details. While using the mask, if you press the backslash key, you can clearly see the masked areas. This is helpful when you have lots of layers or similar types of layers. You can change the blend mode by holding Shift and plus or minus keys. If you change the blend mode of the brush tool, not the blend mode of the layers. And now if you paint, watch what happens. When you paint for the first time, it looks normal. But when you paint again over the previously painted areas, the blend mode that you selected will be applied. Okay, so these are the 32 uncommon yet useful tricks in Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new from it. Like, subscribe and share this channel, and most importantly, hit the ring button. I will see you on next week. Thank you so much for watching this video.